Are you new to backpacking, or simply looking for an extremely low-budget stove? Because if you are, I believe I have something you'll definitely be interested in. So what I would like to talk about in this video today is an ultralight option for beginning backpackers and people on a lower budget for hiking gear. Maybe you don't have the money to be able to put into it, or you just don't want to put money into it without being confident in something. Like, say you're not sure that you want to use gas stoves over alcohol, or go stoveless altogether. So this is exactly what this stove was for me. It was the most budget stove that I could find that still met my requirements. And honestly, it is basically just like the most budget stove on the market that I could find. It is the Icetech Sports Gas Stove. You can find this on Amazon for roughly $8.99, so it's extremely low budget. It weighs 3.9 ounces, so I would consider that ultralight, though there are definitely other things or other stoves that are far superior to this. Like I said, this is angled more of a beginner stove. This is learning without putting in money. So the Icetech stove, despite it being at an extremely low price, you would expect extremely low quality. And I like to argue that it's actually extremely durable. I have used and abused it, as I didn't really know, exactly how I should be maintaining and working on my stove. I have really abused it, and I've cranked it up to full blast. I never had any problems with the arms melting on it, though there were some Amazon reviews when I purchased it that had showed some pictures and told some stories about it basically falling apart. The limbs melting on it at high heat. Beyond that, it has a lot of neat features for beginning and getting into gas stoves. It has a built-in igniter on it, so you don't have to carry an extra lighter or a bic or some sort of spark wheel to ignite the stove. You can just have the stove and the gas canister and you're good to go. Also, it has very convenient collapsible arms. I haven't had any problems with them sticking as you rotate them around and flip them out. They work very nicely, and when fully collapsed, it takes up a very small area as compared to it being open. Also, the stove has a very nice, stable condition. Now, here you'll see, I don't know, if you're paying close enough attention, you'll see that it's wobbling my cup while boiling the water. And the problem with that is that I am on tile, and the tiles aren't even, so it's actually the whole canister is moving, not just the stove. So that's not the stove's fault, that's my fault for filming there. The stove itself has a decent boil time. Now, saying all these nice things about it, I of course have to address the things to be expected with an $8.99 stove. Compared to other stoves, it is, well, not exactly the best on weight. 3.9 ounces is nice, but I definitely, when feeling it in your hand, it is a chunk of metal, man. It is a big dude. It looks like it would be lightweight or lighter weight, but it's I'm not sure what it's constructed of, to be honest, but it's not light, I can tell you that. Now, upgrading to the future, further stoves beyond this, yeah, definitely lighter stoves out there that may have less durability, and you'd have to be more, putting more attention into caring for them and properly putting them up and maintaining them. But with this stove, you just don't have to worry about it. So me purchasing this stove was just kind of a spontaneous, oh my gosh, it's $8.99. I can afford that right here and now while I'm buying all this other crap off Amazon. And that's exactly what I did. And do I regret it? Maybe a little bit, because I was looking for a stove to take on the Appalachian Trail, and without any research into any sort of backpacking stoves or what most people use, I rushed into something that weighs too much for my purpose and just isn't quite efficient enough for my long-range plans for the Appalachian Trail. So in the future, I would like to upgrade stoves, but for maybe a camp stove or beginning backpacking, it certainly felt my need when I was just learning how to use gas stoves, because I had never used one up until that point. I had been using alcohol stoves. So it did do that job very nicely. I'll definitely give it that. and it's been a lot of fun to play with. I mean, who doesn't love having like a handheld blowtorch, right? So after saying all that, my final wrap up of the stove is that it's very, very good for its very, very low price range. That's kind of, to end the stove part of the video. Now I would like to talk more about, the kind of feedback I've been getting from the channel, and some potential plans that I'd like to go on with, and what I'm personally working with my schedule. So let's jump into that. So first things first, college has started again. I'm no longer on break, so videos are now being cut down to once a week, which I was just doing one every 4 days. So it should be fine. It's still pretty consistent. I'd like my upload times to either be Friday or Saturday. I haven't decided that yet. And I'm experimenting right now with this video with basically recording my audio separate from the little clips and videos, because I haven't wanted to go outside because it's been miserable out there, because this is Ohio for you. It has snowed 7 inches, and then it decided to melt, and then it became mud, and then it sleeted, and now, as of like right now, it's supposed to be sleeting again and then getting another 7. It was like 7 to 8 inches. So it's been rough out there. So that's why I'm experimenting with this new video. So give me feedback on it. I understand, like, you can hear some stuff in the background. You can hear my computer running, which is a little frustrating. I couldn't find a better place though to record because of other noises. So computer is the least annoying of the noises. You might hear me flipping pages in my journal here. I have some notes, just some information about the stove. I didn't want to butcher anything. I wanted to keep my, when I'm spouting out facts, I want them to be accurate, not just, throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks and somebody believes it. I want to have the actual core truth. This is what this stove does, this is its weight, this is the raw features of it, alright? So I was keeping a list with that, and you'll hear that definitely. And so yeah, thank you guys a lot for the feedback. I've been getting a lot of helpful tips for hiking the trail. I've been getting some awesome comments, just support in general. Seriously, it's really motivating. It's really awesome. So thank you guys.